Northamptonshire on top after Sussex collapse. Northamptonshire were on the wrong end of a scintillating finish at Emerald Headingley, beaten by just one run. Their opponents also suffered defeat, theirs a more straightforward one at home to Lancashire. Haynes would fall for a first ball duck in the opening over of the match. Sanderson struck with new ball in hand. Thomason wouldn't be far behind him. The same bowler got the other opener. A fine edge through to Rossington, the end for him. The score just 10. And then a third for Sanderson. Van Zyl done by the movement, and Sussex were off to a difficult start. Travis Head's start to life at Sussex added 9 to the score before Berger got in on the act. Before the end of the over, they were 5 down. Brown had a life, but his reprieve lasted just one ball. Berg found his pads with the next delivery, and he was out, LBW, for a duck. It was all falling apart for Sussex. Sanderson had Clark out LBW coming round the wicket, and the visitors were now 21 for 6. Rawlins aimed a big shot at Berg, but he could only feed the slip cordon. His side still halfway to 50, but 7 down. Ollie Robinson and Stuart Meaker forged on. They carried their side to the cusp of 50 at the break. Lunch taken, with the score 47 for 7. They'd make their way past 50 after the break, but started to look increasingly solid as the session wore on. The pair were worth 50 of their own. Robinson in particular looked in great touch. Their defiant stand was ended when Meaker was removed by Berg, caught behind, but his knock had helped Sussex recover. Robinson was the hope for the visitors. He was playing his way towards 50 and dragging the score towards triple figures with him. Carson took the score to 100, but couldn't get much further. Berg was back to seal his 5-wicket haul. The young spinner bowled for 10. Sanderson wasn't about to let Berg have all the limelight. That would have to be shared. Joe Sarrow's first-class debut with the bat brought to an end before it had really begun, caught fittingly by Berg to give Sanderson a fifer. Robinson was left stranded on 49, his knock the only one of any note from the Sussex batsmen, but the first innings belonged to Sanderson and Berg. Both men finished with 5-wicket bags. The Sussex retort though was virtually immediate. Robinson found Curran's pad's second ball, and the opener was out with no score on the board. There was another in the next over. Vasconcelos trapped in front for Sarrow's maiden first-class wicket in his first over of bowling. And then it was Thurston's turn to go. Robinson's second, caught by Van Zyl, and Northamptonshire were in a spot of bother at the start of their innings. Keogh and Proctor held firm through to tea, the game progressing at a fair clip, the score 49 for 3. 50 runs were ticked off at the resumption, but Robinson soon had another. Proctor, the man to go, bowled behind his legs as he looked to force the issue. Keogh and Zabe weren't so easily removed though. They combined well to take the score north of 3 figures, and kept going, bringing up their 50 partnership in just 59 balls. Before long, Keogh brought up his half-century, the 66 balls taken to get there, an indicator of how Northamptonshire were approaching this innings now. He helped his side towards 150, but that's where the pair was separated. Keogh out, caught in the slips by Thomason, even if it took some time for the umpires to make the decision. Zabe and Rossington would take the score past 150 and began to find their feet as a partnership. It wouldn't be long before they were starting to think of 200, and Zabe was chasing a half-century. That came off the bowling of Clark, 83 balls taken to pass the landmark, and he was helping Northamptonshire's lead grow. They breached 200 together, and soon the lead was worth over 100. The score at the close of play, 214 for 5, and the hosts had really enjoyed themselves.